we're going to take a quick moment and highlight one of our sponsors, Anchor.
So if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let us explain.
It's free. All you need to do is download their app or visit their website, which is anchor.fm.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
They will literally take care of all of the distribution services, so all you have to do on the day of is hit publish. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone using the app or computer if you'd much rather just use the website.
You can even make money from your podcast without even having one listener.
Yeah, without a single listener, they'll find sponsors that are willing to give you a chance and give you a shot at making money.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So all we ask is that if you have a story to tell or a message to share, that you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome to Young and in Love. This is Josh.
And this is Taylor.
And welcome to episode 5. We promised a bonus episode. I'm not going to say we promised. We said that we would have a bonus episode this past week. It was my birthday, and we went to Savannah, Georgia. We were intending to record it there. Didn't, because we forgot the table topics, which is what the whole episode was going to be about. And then got home super late last night, so we didn't record it then either, because we were playing with our doggy Gus. So today we're going to do that instead, and we're going to push this week's intended episode of expectations and the role that they have in our relationship till next week. So make sure you tune in next Sunday for that episode, because it's going to be a good one. Take 2.
Table Topics is a question game, and it comes in a cube, and they have different variations of the game. So I think the one that we have is intended for like families, I think, right?
It's just the original.
Oh, just the original.
They do have one for families.
Yeah, but they have one for families. I think they have one for couples. They have
one for teens.
Yeah, and then we have a Table Topics to go or on the go
road trip.
Oh, road trip version, which is smaller and like more travel based questions.
I love this game so much, and they have such thought-provoking questions that we're just going to go ahead and read each one. So I'll pick a card and read it to Taylor, and Taylor can pick a card and read it to me, and then we'll answer it accordingly and discuss it. We're either going to read 6 cards and call it quits, or we're going to talk for 20 minutes and then call it quits, whichever one comes first. So, Taylor, the first card I have for you is, have you ever had an experience that led you to believe in angels or ghosts?
Wow, this is so funny because, like Josh said at the beginning of the episode, we were just in Savannah, Georgia, which is said to be America's most haunted city, which is really cool. I do believe in ghosts.
I don't.
Yeah, he
Not
doesn't.
so
It's really funny because he's a skeptic and I'm not. But like, why I believe in ghosts and angels, I guess. I guess there's been like, for angels, like there's been many times in my life where I felt that I was protected from like various situations that I don't know, are sort of like unexplainable. Like, I think the only thing that come to mind are like driving things. Like, I should have gotten in a car accident, or like I should have gotten like, I don't know, but then like out of nowhere, like it doesn't happen, or yeah, just like different forms of protection. I don't know if that's enough explanation. But
Yeah,
and then
I think so.
paranormal, I don't know. I just believe that like I mean, how would I explain this? Like not everybody in the world, like not in the world, not everybody in like the past life has like received like a body that like are on like Satan's side. So I believe that like they sort of act on us here like on earth to like not only to like tempt us but to like harm us. And like that like those negative forces like are real, and also like just like I don't know, ghosts. They don't have to be like mean ghosts or like scary ghosts, but like some people just haven't found their way back yet. I don't know.
Okay, to say I don't believe in ghosts is too far. I just don't believe in ghosts in the way that people describe them per Halloween. Like you have haunting ghosts that come back and will linger in a house because they didn't find closure, or that they in some way were done wrong in this life, so now they've come back for vengeance upon everyone else. Obviously, I'm a Christian, so I believe in angels, and I believe that each and every one of us does have a guardian angel in the way that looks out for us and will protect us and guide us in a way that we will have the most fulfilling life. And if I believe in angels, then obviously I believe in the devil and bad spirits. So yes, there are people here that can tempt us, but in no way do I think they're here haunting us or causing us to have a terrible time. Okay, your turn. Just go.
Okay.
He's just nibbling.
Which way were you going?
I just grabbed right out of the middle. So.
Okay. Josh, what would you most like to learn how to do on a computer?
What would I most like to learn how to do on a computer? Actually be good at computer video games? Actually, I would most like to learn how to program probably like my own apps or own programs, my own apps, just to do stuff that I wanted to, or like interact with people so that I could create an app where people could socialize with or learn something new. Just that somebody can interact with and I could get feedback.
Right.
Nothing too crazy, but that'd be nice to learn.
Yeah, I feel like for me, one, like I feel like this is sort of stupid, but like when I'm typing a paper on like Word or something, I don't know how to like use all of the buttons or like how to do everything I want to do, or even what all the buttons are for. So it'd be sort of cool just to know like how to use them or like what their purpose is. That way when I'm typing paper, like, oh, I know how to do everything and I don't even have to use Google. But
be a Microsoft Word specialist.
yeah, that's like actually like a more practical thing. The other thing I was gonna say, which like it's gonna sound like creepy, but like not really. I really like to like creep on people. Like I don't know. I think everyone gets like a fascination of like seeing what other people do in their lives because it's not like your own life, you know. Because like that's why like people like social media.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyway, it's not like stalking.
That's probably why you like keeping up with the Kardashians so much.
I just think it's funny.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not like stalking in like a creepy way, but like I don't know how else to explain it. It's not like creepy, but it's not creepy.
I promise.
Okay. Yeah.
Okie dokie. My turn. If you could be brilliant in one subject, which would you choose?
I'm thinking. feel like science. I'd be brilliant at science just because not only would I be able to come up with an understanding of why and how things are for myself, and I think I'd be able to, like, well, one, I think would, like, help a lot with my, like, faith, how, like, science and faith, like, intertwine, and also, like, just explain how things in the world work, and whenever, like, somebody had a question about something, I could answer it with, like, a surety, or, like, when little kids ask, like, the bizarre questions that they do of why, like, very specific things work. I don't have an example, but every kid asks crazy questions like that, and you really don't know the answer. I'd be able to tell them the answer, even though it'd probably be too boring for them to really understand at that point.
Okay. I'd go a whole lot more specific and say psychology, which is a field of science, technically. Because psychology fascinates me, but the thing that holds me back is always remembering why, or remembering specific theories or understandings of psychology and what studies they came from or who studied them. I just remember the concept itself and never the details. So if I could be a genius or brilliant at it, it'd be really cool just because it fascinates me, and I like the way, or I like to know why people do things and the way they think. So, or physics, because who wouldn't want to be a brilliant physicist? Okay, your turn. Just go.
Okay.
He's just nibbling.
Which way were you going?
I just grabbed right out of the middle. So.
Okay. Josh, what would you most like to learn how to do on a computer?
What would I most like to learn how to do on a computer? Actually be good at computer video games? Actually, I would most like to learn how to program probably like my own apps or own programs, like, yeah, my own apps, just to do stuff that I wanted to, or like interact with people so that I could create an app where people could socialize with or learn something new. Just that somebody can interact with and I could get feedback.
Right.
Nothing too crazy, but that'd be nice to learn.
Yeah, I feel like, for me, one, like, I feel like this is sort of stupid, but, like, when I'm typing a paper on, like, Word or something, I don't know how to, like, use all of the buttons or, like, how to do everything I want to do, or even what all the buttons are for. So it'd be sort of cool just to know, like, how to use them or, like, what their purpose is. That way, when I'm typing paper, like, oh, I know how to do everything. I don't even have to use Google. But
Be a Microsoft Word specialist.
yeah, that's, like, actually, like, a more practical thing. The other thing I was going to say, which, like, it's going to sound, like, creepy, but, like, not really. I really like to, like, creep on people. Like, I don't know. I think everyone gets, like, a fascination of, like, seeing what other people do in their lives because it's not, like, your own life, you know? Because, like, that's why, like, people like social media.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyway, it's not like stalking.
That's probably why you
but,
like keeping up with the Kardashians so much.
I just think it's funny.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not like stalking in like a creepy way, but like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's not like creepy, but it's not creepy.
I promise.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What? Excuse me. What's the most fun party you've ever attended?
The most fun party I've ever attended?
Yeah.
I didn't go to a lot of parties in high school. And then in college, I was a commuter student, so I also didn't go to a lot of parties. I guess, I don't know, I wasn't too much of a party animal to be the most fun party. My graduation party was, not to gloat, but I will gloat. My graduation party was pretty fun because I was such a social butterfly. I had my baseball team was there, my like church friends were there, and then my school friends were there. So it was all three sort of groups that all came together. So we played a lot of baseball. There was like a giant slip and slide down the side of the house, and there was a volleyball game going on. So ping pong table in the garage. It was pretty cool, and it was a lot of fun. My whole family was there too, so it was an exciting time. That's probably the funnest party I've ever been to. What about you? Party animal.
The most fun party that I remember.
Halloween, freshman year.
I think that I remember. Was probably, what year was I? I think I was a freshman. I think I was a freshman in college, or maybe a sophomore. I can't remember. I'm gonna say freshman year. Me and my friends went to, I think it was a luau theme at the Beta fraternity house. And I don't know if they had done it every year prior to that, or if they're doing it every year now, but they ordered, I forget how many it was, but a ridiculous amount of packing peanuts to the frat house, and they filled the entire basement of the frat house with these packing peanuts. So when you walked down, it came up to my mid thigh, and so it was just a ton of people basically swimming in these packing peanuts in their swimsuit, or a swimsuit top and jeans, or I think I was wearing a bikini top and a tourist old man shirt over top and jeans,
like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, like that. And just playing in these packing peanuts with my friends that were wasted, and watching all these other wasted people so fascinated by these packing peanuts. And just having fun with my friends. It was really cool. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun.
This question's kind of fitting because of the last couple episodes that we've recorded. So what 3 adjectives would your family use to describe you?
My family would probably say that I'm very nurturing. I sort of took care of everyone in my house growing up. I was the oldest daughter, so my parents left me in charge a lot, even of my brother that's almost 4 years older than me. I was the one to sort of divvy out chores and make sure they get done. And whenever someone was upset, I would be the first one to go to their side and see what was wrong and try to make everything better. Whenever a fight broke out, I was the first one to try to console everyone and get them to calm down, or just tell them how ridiculous they were being, so they couldn't see it. And just how much I love people, babies, animals, anything. I just care for everything. I'm so infatuated with little animals and babies, and then they'd say that I'm happy, or just positive. I've always been able to see the positive side of things or the best part of people, even when the majority of people like don't like a certain person or they have a lot of issues with someone. I've always been able to find something that I do like about the person. So because of that, I've always been able to get along with everybody, just because I do look for the best things in them and try to relate to them. You said 3, right?
Yeah.
The last one, man, just 3. That's sort of hard.
I mean, you can just do 2. That's fine.
They'd probably say that I'm dependable. All growing up, whenever I gave my family or my friends my word, it always gets done. It might not be done immediately, but I do always do it.
One that I know for sure they would say would be comical, because I've always got something funny to say, or a snarky remark, or a goofy picture to send. So probably say comical. One that I hope they would say would be caring, or the fact that I just am friendly and am nice to everyone. I hope they would say that. And then the third one that they would probably say that I am not so proud to say is like slightly prideful, in the sense that I always think that I'm right, but not in a ignorant way. I'm not ignorant in the fact that I just have my opinion and I assume that that's correct. I know a lot of things, and when I have a very good feeling and good enough evidence for why I'm right, then I stick to it, and I don't often listen to the other side, because I have my reasons for why I do things. So I guess that could be seen also as stubborn. So like a stubborn need to be right. But again, not ignorant. Your turn.
My turn.
Last one.
Oh, last question. Hopefully it's a good one. If you could donate $1 million to charity, which would you choose?
Which would I choose?
Mm-hmm.
There was obviously there's like thousands of charities in the world, and thousands of good charities like St. Jude's Children's Hospital, or the Red Cross, I can't remember her name, but the breast cancer lady, the Relay for Life, but it's named after that woman.
I can't remember.
But the one that I would choose would be a charity in Cincinnati, which is actually what my Amazon account is hooked up to. So, fun fact for anyone out there who shops on Amazon: the next time you go to Amazon, sign into Amazon, but then change the www before .amazon. Change it to smile, smile.amazon.com. It's no extra charge to you. There's no extra charge on the things that you buy. The only difference it makes is that Amazon will take a small, very small, sort of an embarrassingly small amount of the profits that they make, and they will donate it to any nonprofit of your choice. And the one that I choose is called Lighthouse Youth Services, which is an organization in Cincinnati, Ohio, that helps the underprivileged youth in Cincinnati find, if they're homeless, find a shelter to live in, as well as provide them learning opportunities for things that they may never learn, such as like how to grow their own garden, or find schooling for them that they might not otherwise have. And I think if there's any minority or underprivileged section of our society that needs the most help, it's the children in our society. So that's why I would choose to give it to them.
I don't know if I know like a name. Charities.
There's a pretty big charity that you helped out with.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if that would be your number one choice.
Yeah, that would most definitely be.
Are you going to describe?
Yes.
Pause.
So,
Game over.
Yeah,
okay,
that should
thanks
have
for
been
listening.
That should have been my first option. But I was thinking of like helping out orphanages and all this stuff. But there's probably a charity for that. Can't think of the name if there's a name. Anyways,
yeah.
The charity
Ronald McDonald House.
What was the question? I would donate $1 million to, if I could, is a charity called Project Heal. And I was involved with this organization I still am, but I was more actively involved for a couple of years. Project Heal is an organization that donates money to eating disorder, like recovery centers, and they spread awareness to the world about eating disorders, and they have mentors to go and help people struggling with eating disorders, and they just let them know that like they're not alone. And everyone involved in the organization has either first-handedly struggled with an eating disorder or knows someone close to them that has struggled with an eating disorder and has seen like everything that they've gone through. And I'm really passionate about the organization because I was the Facebook manager of their page for like a year and a half.
The national page.
Yeah. And I still help out. I work a little bit with the founders every now and again on things, and I served as the social media chairman at the University of Cincinnati for a little bit. But with my interactions like with the organization and people, like I can see how much of a difference it does help. And through the various trainings that Project Heal has allowed me to have, I'm more educated myself. Even though I have struggled with an eating disorder, I know how to communicate better with those that are struggling or have struggled, so I don't say anything that's triggering or like offensive or that's going to make them have any negative thoughts that contribute to the disorder. So everything I say is going to be helpful and uplifting and have the best possible outcome for them.
Thanks for tuning in this week to this quick episode of Young and in Love. We're so very excited to be doing this podcast, and hopefully these small segments will help you guys continue to learn a little bit more about us and help us learn a little bit more about each other. Next Sunday, we'll make sure that we actually put the podcast out on time. This Sunday, because we're recording this on a Monday, will be the regular scheduled episode on expectations and how they affect our relationship, how they've affected Taylor and I's relationship, and some leading theories and studies that have been done on expectations of relationships.
But also, if you guys want to reach out to us over like social media or through the Anchor app and share with us your experiences with expectations, or maybe a question or a little problem solving thing about expectations, we would love to hear it and share it on our podcast. And
so go ahead and slide into those DMs. We don't mind.
If you don't know how to get to those DMs, I don't even know what my Instagram handle is. Let me...
I am at Whimsical Joshua on every social media platform. So that is whimsical as in WHIMSICAL JOMSICAL, Joshua, all one word, no caps, on both Twitter and Instagram.
And on Instagram, I am Taylor_page, as in like turning a page, 1.
Really?
Just kidding. No, I'm not.
Turning a page.
That's really embarrassing. I'm reading it. Taylor_page, like the name Page, PAIGE 1. We were thinking about making like a podcast page. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but if you are,
it all comes down to which social media you use the most. So if you use Instagram, please reach out to us on Instagram and say, yeah, I would love to have a reminder on my Instagram feed that the podcast is live. Or if you're more into Twitter and read, I know I miss 95% of the things that are on my Twitter feed. So Instagram is definitely the better way to get my attention. So let us know. And as always, the best way to get a hold of us is through the Anchor app, which you guys can download it and listen to tons of podcasts that they have hosted on the Anchor app. That is Anchor as in the anchor of a boat, ANCHOR. Our podcast is called Young and in Love, or anchor.fm/younglove. And you can reach us there, and you can leave us voice messages that we can feature on the podcast, like we did with my sister Stephanie in episode 3, I believe. So go ahead and leave us a voice message so we can answer your questions and have also your input on the messages, and we can hear your guys' feedback. Our podcast is available wherever you find your podcasts. We are officially on Apple Podcasts. Spotify is a big hit. A lot of you guys have been listening on Spotify, and we thank you for that. But as well as Stitcher, Google Podcasts. We're currently working to get it on TuneIn so that you can say, hey, Alexa, play Young and in Love, and she will play it. As of right now, she won't. But Google will, and so will Siri. So show some love. You can use those smart speakers, and let's see what kind of an impact we can make as we spread awareness on love and its impacts on us as young individuals, as well as love and how it's affected those further along the road than we are. We appreciate you guys listening and look forward to hearing from you guys in the future. Till next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm Taylor. Bye.
If you wanted to say something different.
No, that's fine. We still got a few.